Hello and welcome to Golf Betting Club's The Closing Stretch. It's RBC Heritage Week at Harbour Town Golf Links. I'm Diane Knox-Bayliss and I'm joined by Duncan Campbell from Golf Betting Club. We were going to go live, that was our plan this morning, but technical difficulties, of course, as usual. So you're getting the raw show as live, I guess, Dunk.
Yeah, absolutely. A raw show and only one Campbell brother this week.
Oh.
It's a bum deal, really.
No, it could work out for the best. Could work out for the best because we have such a stacked leaderboard. And this is the kind of leaderboard that we've been waiting for heading into Sunday of a PGA Tour event. Yeah,
absolutely. It's a fantastic leaderboard. You know, there's 21 players within 4 shots of the lead. And it really could go any way. We're going to have some good conditions, it looks like, for the final round. You know, the wind's not meant to get up above 10 miles an hour. There might be a few rain showers, but, on the whole, it looks like it's going to be relatively good scoring conditions. And this is all set up for a fantastic final round. So, yeah, it's one to look forward to, one to watch tonight.
Big names in contention. Harold Varner III leads at 11 under par, but he's closely followed by Shane Lowry, Eric Van Rooyen and Patrick Cantlay, all at 10 under. And then, if we go down the list at 9 under, Hudson Swafford, Matt Kuchar, Sepp Straka, Aaron Wise, Tommy Fleetwood at 8 under. As you say, a whole heap of guys within only 4 shots of the lead. So let's start with the man at the top then, Harold Varner III, who has never won on the PGA Tour. We've seen him, not long ago win on the DP World Tour in Saudi. But what do you think of Varner being in pole position today?
Yeah, it's a difficult one for Harold because traditionally Harold's been a very poor player in the final round. His record in contention up until Saudi was pretty awful, to be honest. We have a pressure performance rating system on the website. And up until that win in Saudi, Harold was actually a 1-star rating. He was as low as you can be in terms of how he performed under pressure. But obviously, that win in Saudi might be the thing that changes, Harold's mindset going into today. He became a father late last year. And we spoke about in the past about how, the arrival of a child can sometimes give a different perspective to a golfer. And that was certainly the case for Harold in Saudi Arabia. When he went on to win there. So it's interesting, I think, to see what Harold Varner turns up today. Do we get the Harold Varner who traditionally turns up for PGA Tour Sundays and wilts under the pressure? Or do we see the Harold Varner of 2022 that we've seen so far, who was excellent coming down the stretch in Saudi Arabia? He had to get at least 2 birdies in his last 2 holes to force a playoff with Bubba Watson. And he birdied 17 and he eagled 18. So he was fantastic, and I think it's really interesting to see how he does. What I would say is that if you follow our Twitter, you saw that you may have seen that he had one of the luckiest breaks I think I've ever seen on Friday. He had an absolutely abysmal tee shot on one of the par 3s, which was heading straight towards the water, and it somehow hit one of the wooden sleepers and avoided the water, and he went on to make par. Yeah. So
And he's been playing really well lately too. I mean, the first couple of days at the Players, that he was, really the man to chase. Fell away a little bit, but decent all-round performances from him right now. So he's got that on his side too, that he's been playing great. And he closed one out not long ago. So
yeah, his second stroke's in the approach this week.
Yeah. So what do you think about Varner's chances then? Are you backing him?
I'm not backing at 5-1. Not at 5-1. There's too much depth and quality chasing him that I think that 5-1 is great if you're on him already at a bigger price. All the best to you, but not one to back at 5-1 given his track record. And happy to swerve him.
Well, talking of that pedigree, right behind him, Patrick Cantlay, FedEx Cup champion, the list goes on. And Shane Lowry, he was my pick at the start of the week, so I'm really happy about his round of 6 under yesterday. But Lowry, again, just coming off a 3rd place finish at the Masters. It wasn't really his to win, but still a great performance from him. 2nd at the Honda earlier this year. And he's had 2 top 10 finishes at this tournament before, one of them coming last year. So Lowry has to be, I guess, the man to beat right now.
Yeah, I think Lowry and Cantlay have both got a great chance, haven't they? Both of them are playing fantastically well at the moment. I think alongside Varner, Those two make up the top three in the strokes gained approach stats for the week. Their iron play, all three of them, their iron play has been fantastic this week. Shane, in particular, yesterday was phenomenal. I think he missed 5 putts under 9 feet yesterday. So Shane, we could be, sitting here quite easily talking about how Shane goes into the lead, goes into the final round in the lead. But he just didn't have the putter working yesterday to capitalise. Lowry has to be a huge consideration. The one kind of caveat to Lowry is that he's had a few kind of iffy performances of late in contention. I think it was in Abu Dhabi. He didn't have the best round. And you could argue that he maybe let that winning chance go at the Honda Classic against Sepp Straka. I know the weather kind of did for him in the final round, and he was very unlucky when the heavens opened just as he was about to tee off. But you could argue that maybe he should have put himself in a better position, before he got to that point. He had a couple of chances that he kind of let slip. Yeah. So Lowry has a 3-star pressure rating on our website, and he's kind of a bit of a mixed bag. He's got to be a consideration, but I wouldn't be necessarily quick to back him either.
What odds have we got for Lowry?
So Lowry is at the moment 9-2 best price here in the UK.
Okay.
So yeah, got a decent chance, but again, it's not for me. Given the amount of chasers and the fact that he has let a few opportunities slip, that kind of puts me off backing him at the price. So happy to consider others as well. Right,
so Patrick Huntley, I guess when you look at the pedigree of player, the standard of player, Huntley is just in a little bit of a league of his own.
Yeah, 3 wins last year on the PGA Tour. He's got the highest pressure performance rating of the players that we have at the top of the leaderboard. He's got a 4-star performance rating. So Patrick should, go well today. But, like Shane Lowry, he's had a few kind of iffy performances of late as well. He had a good chance going into Pebble Beach. I think he was 1 or 2 shots off the lead going into the final round, and he had a really kind of quiet final round where he slipped down the leaderboard. And he had a chance to win in Phoenix as well before Scotty Scheffler did for him in the playoff. He had a birdie chance on the 72nd hole, which he missed. So it's not been going all Patrick's way either. Yeah. And Patrick's gone off as the favourite today at around 4-1. So again, we're happy to look further down the board. I think they've all got great chances, these guys.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think you're getting huge value given the amount of chasers behind them.
We've got a good group of players right behind them as well who have had 1 win on the PGA Tour. So they've been in this position before. I'm talking about Erik van Rooyen, Hudson Swafford, Sepp Straka and Aaron Wise. And they're all, Van Rooyen's on 10 under and the others are 9 under par. So I know that you're looking at one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the one that I like the most, we'll come on to talk about the others in a moment, but the one I like the most is Hudson Swafford. Okay. I think Hudson's a really, hugely underrated player. 2 wins in his last 46 starts, 4 career wins. He's been playing great lately in terms of his iron play. He was first strokes gained approach at the Texas Open, and he was solid enough at the Masters as well. And he traditionally struggles at the Masters. He's played there a few times before and been pretty woeful. But he was 15th for greens in regulation at the Masters, and I think he was inside the top 30 for strokes gained approach. Oh. So the long game is clearly in a good situation for Hudson, and he's putting really well this week. Mm-hmm. Of all the players who are up there at 7 under par or better, he's been the best putter this week. So Hudson, I think 28-1 we're getting here in the UK, which I think is pretty generous for a guy who's got a good pedigree at winning, and he's got an excellent record when coming from off the pace. All 4 of Hudson's career wins have come when he's been 2 shots or more behind. Mm-hmm. So he loves chasing on a Sunday, and he's got that opportunity.
And I think he is going to be overlooked a little bit when you see the types of names that are around him. Guys that have great success on the PGA Tour. Obviously, he's had 4 wins, so he has had a lot of success. But I think he is going to be the underdog, which is great. As you say, he enjoys that. And then, Sepp Straka, who won the Honda over Lowry not long ago, he's been playing really good as well.
Yeah, he's 3rd strokes gained tee to green this week. Playing really, really nice golf. And obviously, since the win at Honda, he's just been really solid, hasn't he? And he's got to have a great chance if he gets the putter working. Given that recent win and the confidence that he'll take from that, he definitely has to be a factor as well. So yeah, he's got to be up there. Van Rooyen has got a good chance as well. He's been driving the ball beautifully this week. If he can just get those approaches just a little bit closer and find the putter, the putter sometimes the club that he struggles with. And if he can get that working, he's got a great chance. There's so many that could do well today.
Okay, well, we could say so much because you've got Jordan, who's on 8 under. Tommy Fleetwood had a fantastic 7 under round yesterday. Billy Horschel. We could spend ages, but we're chasing tea times here. So what is your top tip then?
It's got to be Hudson. Hudson Swafford at 28-1. I think, the each way value alone, you're getting 4 each way places here in the UK. Which is fantastic. Obviously, we're going to need a bit of help, perhaps from a slip up from one of the front 4. But Hudson's also capable of a low round as well. So Hudson, I think, is a good value bet. Okay,
and then we've got a parlay today.
We do indeed. So Hudson Swafford is taking on Matt Kuchar. So for the aforementioned reasons, I think we'll take Hudson to do Matt Kuchar. Then we've got Billy Horschel to beat Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood yesterday in his interview was talking about how he didn't play all that well. He was 7 under par, but he just said that he capitalised on some great opportunities. And the stats kind of bear out that he hasn't really played that well this week. And he says he's not very comfortable with his swing. So we'll take Billy to beat Tommy Fleetwood. Okay. And then we've got Jordan Spieth to take care of Joel Dahmen. Now, if you watched last night, you would have seen Spieth miss a 1-foot putt.
So bad.
Just incredible stuff. But Jordan's first tee to green this week. He's playing really nicely. He just can't get the putter going. And I'm willing to I'm willing to take the chance that he finds the flat stick after yesterday's horror show. Okay. And maybe that'll give him some motivation. So the 3 we're going for then are Hudson Swafford, Jordan Spieth, and Billy Horschel, and that should pay out just a fraction under 9-1.
Okay, that's really good. Great. Oh my gosh. And then what about you guys at the start of the week? Did you have any picks at the start of the week that are still in a good position?
Yeah, Billy Horschel. Billy Horschel was a pick at the start of the week, so he's our kind of main man. We've got Adam Svensson, who was an in-play pick after the first round, who's got an outside chance of getting an each-way place. The one or the 2 that got away this week. Well, each week on the preview, we post some players who we didn't tip but were under consideration, guys that we liked but maybe just didn't quite make the final cut. And 2 of the names on that short list this week, Hudson Swafford at 250-1 and Jordan Spieth at 40-1.
Oh, Jordan was 40-1, jeez.
He was a huge price this week. So they were the 2 that were kind of kicking ourselves for. Okay. Hopefully Hudson makes up for it today.
And you weren't kicking yourself so much when Jordan missed that putt on 18. that was a little bit of a sweetener for you guys. Right.
There would be anger.
Okay, well, Duncan talking about all the tips that they give out at the start of the week and the in-play blogs as well. You can subscribe to all of that action through golfbettingclub.com, and week after week you'll get all of these amazing tips at the start of the week and as play continues. And then, of course, our show comes out on a Sunday morning before the action kicks off. So you can subscribe to the show on YouTube and the podcast version. And hopefully, we know that we're going to have a fantastic Sunday in store on the PGA Tour, which is what we've been looking forward to. But hopefully it's a profitable one and we all make some money.
Just before we finish, Diane, can we just say congratulations to Neil? So Neil, he isn't here this weekend because he's in Rome. I actually thought he was checking out the 2023 Ryder Cup course, but alas, he's not. He was proposing to his girlfriend. So thankfully she said yes.
Oh.
So congratulations to Neil and Rebecca.
Oh, when you said he was in Rome, I was like, oh, do I ask why he's in Rome? It could be like a stag do. Or you never know with Neil. But oh my gosh, he was doing the right thing.
Doing the right thing, yeah. So congratulations.
Oh, so nice. Okay, good. Well, hopefully we'll get some pictures on the Golf Betting Club Twitter account. Right, everyone, thank you for watching. And Duncan, thank you so much for all your insight. And let's go make some money.